All right, now, Sisanie, it's funny that you were talking about this because I started thinking if I were to have kids, I wonder where.
When?
If I were to have kids,
Mm-hmm.
I'd wonder where I would think about where they would go to school. For example, would I move to a different district for different
all the
schools?
questions.
Would I move to a different area of Southern California for different schools? I mean,
Yep.
all these things that parents think about and talk about. And then you said you're actually, in this moment of us just breaking through COVID, thinking about preschools for Max and Ineza.
Yeah, and I've contacted, I guess, our top 3 at this point. And one of them actually allowed me to go to the school and take a tour while school was in session. So I had to wear my mask. All the kids are masked. Teachers are masked. I wasn't allowed to go into the classrooms, but I could just like peek in. And I got a really good feel from that school. Now, I've only seen that school. This next school I'm going to see is going to be virtual. And then the third school, they don't even have their act together for figuring out a tour.
So can you delay your choice because you can't really investigate thoroughly, tangibly?
It's so tough because like that first school that I liked, they were like, we have 3 slots or 4 slots left for the fall semester, and I have 2 kids that I have to enroll. So I'm like kind of panicking a little bit, like maybe I should just enroll them into this school. But what I found really interesting, and maybe some parents that are listening can chime in or something, because I always had this vision in my head of dropping off my kids the first time at school. Okay. And I thought I would go in the classroom with them and like make them feel comfortable. And, you know, parents usually before COVID would be able to go in and stay the whole day or half day and make sure that the kids got acclimated to the classroom. And this is I've never dropped off my kids anywhere. So to the teacher, the director of the preschool, who, by the way, talks like this and is really nice when I met her. Hi, welcome. It's like such preschool talk. It was so cute. She said, I have to drop them off at the gate. And I just felt like that was so...
because of the COVID rules, or is that the standard operating? Really?
It's because of COVID.
Well, look, I'd hold them back a year. Hold them back a year. You know, I mean, I want this to be, you know, a moment for both you and your kids.
I know. And I was like, well, what do I do if they cry? And she was just like, well, we just kind of like, we try slowly and you just kind of still stay there. And it's almost like they just peel them away from me. And I can't. I'm going to be the one that's crying.
I'm sure there's a lot of criteria when you're choosing the preschool, but how important is proximity to your home to you?
It's very important because one of the ones we really liked is walking distance. And that's the one that doesn't really have their act together with figuring out a tour yet. And so the one that I toured, we'd have to drive to, which is not the end of the world, but I mean, that's on Michael because I wouldn't be able to do it.
Okay, let me try and be solutions-oriented here as an outsider to having kids.
I like that. I like that.
What about if you have to drop them at the gate, but they can take in a screen where you can be live on FaceTime to be present to hear and see everything, and they can see right there? I mean, they're used to the screen anyway.
Ryan with the technology.
I don't know that I could just like give my kids an iPad from their first day of preschool.
Well, I think times have changed. We got to pivot.
Well, yeah, maybe.
But the school should have this.
Excuse me, the teacher's lowering the gate. The teacher should let the screen come in so you could be present.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Right. I'll suggest
and you can record it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, it's just all so much. And she basically said, like, I wouldn't be able to, like, cry. She was like, we really ask that parents kind of, like, hold their emotions. I was like,
well,
oh, my
that
gosh.
that is not 2021, okay? We do not ask people to hold in their emotions.
Let me add to your technology, Ryan. Maybe there's a huge Zoom screen where all teachers can log in live.
Exactly,
They
on
can
a big
see
screen.
in the classroom. Yes. How we're doing it right now, all of us here.
What we're doing here is what your kids could be able to see in preschool. All right?
Okay.
Like the Laker fan wall. Basically take the Laker fan wall and put it in the preschool class.
Done.
Wow,
Done.
that's great.
Ryan, you've changed.
Page 72 of my preschool parenting book.
Gosh, you're so smart.
Everywhere books aren't sold.